everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Recently I was really questioning my color season because I didn't feel good wearing the colors from the warm autumn palette, and also I felt that the makeup recommendations from that palette don't really work for me. Then I thought that, you know what, I am like a textbook autumn. Like, there's no way I'm any other season because I do have still warm skin, I do have brown eyes, I do have brown hair, so I must be some sort of an autumn. I started really questioning the whole seasonal color analysis, but then I realized the seasonal color analysis is not necessarily the issue. The issue is that my color season is wrong. Hi, I still wanted to put here a disclaimer that I don't think the seasonal color analysis is going to be an answer to all of your style and color problems. I think it can lead you to the right direction, but most likely not all of the colors from the color palette that you get are going to work, and then I don't believe that you need to restrict yourself to only wearing the colors from your color palette unless you really want to and find it helpful, but it doesn't mean that other colors are going to look super bad and you cannot make them work. Yeah, I think seasonal color analysis is kind of like a fun tool that can help you. Then again, there are people who don't believe in it, and that is totally fine. That being said, let's get back to the video and why I think my color season is wrong. So I got an online color analysis last year from Color Analysis Studio, and I just want to say that this video is by no means shade towards them. I think with the picture that I have sent, I couldn't have really gotten any other result, and also I think if I got a live analysis, the result might have been the same. As you can see, my hair color in this picture, it is this warmer, kind of like orangey tone, and also I do think my skin is here maybe slightly more yellow what it normally is. I think it might have been the time of year, so I got my colors analyzed in spring. This picture was taken in May, and while I had not tried to get tan in purpose, that time of the year you do get some sun exposure if you just go outside, and I have learned that my skin, when I tan, it turns more yellow and golden, while my husband, for example, when he tans, his skin keeps kind of like a pink tone to it. Let me move a little bit aside, so I'm going to show you the picture of me in similar circumstances with no makeup, hair pulled back right now. I have now decided to start growing back my own hair color, and the first few centimeters of my roots are my own colors, but whatever is hair dye in here is really close to my natural hair color. So I was really close to just abandoning the whole system. I thought I'm just going to keep wearing my favorite colors, which are black, ivory, beige, and then when it comes to colorful colors, red. Then I saw a video from a YouTuber, Bridget Cappel, and the video is "Why do bright seasons get mistyped as muted or soft seasons?" So when I first saw that video, I thought that video is probably not about me, but I'm still going to watch it because it sounds like such an interesting topic. The way she describes a bright season wearing muted colors sounds exactly like me. I have felt that those colors, when they are on the softer side, they just make me look really kind of like drained and blurry and tired. So after watching Bridget's video, I decided that, you know what, let me do kind of like a home DIY color analysis. So, you know, first I did these basic warm versus cool things, and I'm going to move a little bit aside so that you can see these pictures. So first we do have here a cool white versus a warm white. So something that I have been always wondering about, but I don't hear color analysis talking about this, is that cool whites, for whatever reason, makes my skin appear somehow yellow, while the warmer white makes my skin look kind of like more pinkier. Then we do have here gray, which has again similar effect, makes somehow my skin appear yellow, and then beige, which now I do realize that this probably is not my best color and I probably should add something brighter to my makeup look to be able to pull it off better, but I do still think that beige looks better than gray. And then why I personally don't believe that I am a dark season, so dark autumn, dark winter. Here is a brown versus a black. Both of these colors wash me out really bad now that I don't have makeup. I do still wear a lot of black and I'm never giving up on it, but I will admit I do need to wear makeup to pull it off. I'm still going to show you a couple of other cool tones to really confirm that I don't believe I'm a cool undertone person. So here is a dusty mauve, which is just like, oh. And then here we do have a winter blue, which I think this one is better, maybe because the color is a little bit more intense, but still I just feel it's a little bit too cool, like it doesn't do anything for my features really. But then also I don't anymore believe at all that my main chromatic characteristic is warmth, and I'm going to show you some warm colors. Let's start with mustard, which is like a really real autumn color. I just feel it throws this weird yellow cast to my face. Then here we do have like a spring orange, so a little bit lighter and brighter orange. And then this is, you know, the color that really made me realize that I'm not a warm autumn. So olive green. Again, that yellow cast. Oh my god, and you know, watching these pictures of myself made me really question my undertone. I personally don't believe I'm a cool person. I have always had a feeling that I am neutral, slightly leaning warm. Sure, I can make cool tones work, but it needs a little bit more effort. And you know, the point in color analysis is to find colors where you don't need to see that effort to make the color work. Okay, but next I decided to do some soft versus bright draping for myself with warmer colors. So here we do have a really muted mustard yellow versus a brighter yellow. Okay, I do think yellow is probably not my best color to begin with. Then we do have this kind of like muted orange, kind of like pumpkiny, rusty shade. And since getting this piece, I have been wondering why I'm not able to pull it off better, because this is something that a warm autumn should be able to wear better. All of my features are really blurred, and I feel in real life when I wear this it kind of creates shadows to my face. So here we do have that versus a bright coral, which in my opinion the coral looks so much better. I don't look washed out, my eyes pop, my skin looks kind of like more pink versus yellow. Here we do have a really muted red versus a brighter true red, and I just look really blurred in the muted color. Then green, well, I already showed you the olive, that just was like horrible on me, but here we do have a little bit more neutral khaki green, really muted, and again all of my features are really muted when I wear this, versus a brighter green. Now we don't have a lot of bright green fabrics. No one in my family wears them, so this is actually a towel, and I think this one maybe is a little bit too light, a little bit too warm, but still in this picture you can see how much more defined my features are, and also my eyes pop. And then last but not least we do have kind of like an autumn or winter teal, so it is kind of like a dark turquoise. I don't know if this officially would be winter or if it would be autumn, but either way, again, all of my features are really blurred and I just look so washed out. Versus a turquoise. I was so surprised how good this color actually looks. This is a top that somebody sent me from Vinted when I ordered a different top, so they included this one also, and I decided to put it on, and like, okay, if I am a warm autumn, my skin shouldn't look this vibrant. With no makeup on, with nothing, wearing this kind of color, I should look like completely washed out, but I actually think this works. And then I do have a couple of more drapes. For these I don't have soft comparison, but here we do have a cool hot pink versus a warm hot pink. Now I will say pink in general is not my favorite color, it just creates that Barbie doll effect, especially when I had blonde hair I didn't like to wear it at all. That cool pink is actually a workout top that I decided to wear to gym one day. Now keep in mind, here I do have a little bit of eye makeup, probably only mascara, and I do have makeup on otherwise, and the lighting is really dim. However, I really actually like how this top looks on myself, and when I was working out I felt great. It makes my eyes pop, it doesn't compete with my features like it should do if I was a muted season. Okay, so with all of this draping, I have now came to the conclusion that I'm actually not a muted season at all, because I just feel that muted colors, they blur my skin, they blur my features, my eyes don't pop. But then I do think that I do still have a warm undertone, which takes winter out. Hi, I wanted to stop here for a while because all of a sudden I am not even so sure about my undertone anymore. I do still have a feeling that I am really neutral, leaning a little bit towards warm direction, because in general I feel I wear warm colors better than cool colors. But honestly, I don't know. I probably would need a professional to confirm that. There's 3 different springs, well, 4 if you think about the 16 season color analysis, meaning that true season has all of those spring characteristics. I'm not light enough to be light spring. I do have darker hair, I do have dark eyes. I also don't think I'm a warm spring, because the way that these really warm colors throw this yellow cast on my face, it just doesn't work. But also, like, when you look at warm spring celebrities, my features just seem to be a little bit too dark for that. So if light spring and warm spring are not an option, there's only bright spring left. And yes, I have now came to the conclusion that I'm not a warm autumn, but I am actually a bright spring. And honestly, this is an answer for me for so many questions that I have been having about my warm autumn colors, like why do I feel I look tired? And thanks to me realizing this totally goes to Bridget Cappel and her video. She said that bright seasons typically are really misunderstood and they get typed wrong often, and I think that happened for me. And again, I do think it's mainly my own fault because I sent a picture with not my natural hair color and where I did have some tan. You know, I wanted to talk about still really quickly why I never thought about being a bright spring before. And I think there are a few reasons to that. First of all, the stereotypes. In general, I would say that all seasons do have some sort of a stereotype, and if you don't really fall into that, you don't necessarily consider that. And then when you just look at my features without doing any draping, brown hair, brown eyes, so you would assume that I am an autumn of some sort. But when it comes to bright spring stereotypes, I think it is this light skin that leans a little bit warm, really bright blue or green eyes, and then red hair. But in fact, there are a lot of bright spring people who are either people of color or then who are like me. So lighter skin, brown eyes, brown hair. And then another reason why I never thought about it before is probably my hair. I have not had my own hair color in 20 years. I wore platinum blonde hair for years, which I think worked for me pretty well, but at the same time it is kind of like too light for me, so of course it kind of like messes up with my coloring a little bit. And then now that I have gone for more muted hair colors like balayage and such, like it kind of softens my look. And you know, then I think the last reason is that I have just never worn bright colors a lot. Like the only bright color that I have at all in my wardrobe currently is red. This one actually is a maternity top that I have tried to sell it, but I have not been able to. But you know what, I think I'm going to keep this. It does have this capability of stretching, but I totally can make it work if I tuck it in. Yeah, like red is a color that I have enjoyed wearing, but I have never been into like bright blues, bright turquoises, bright yellows. I have been somebody who has been more into neutral colors, especially within the past few years, I would say. Now I have tried to get to wearing my autumn colors and they just feel off. But I have really never been into wearing super bright colors. So if I don't wear them, of course I don't know how they look on me. Yeah, I don't think that I am warm autumn. I do believe that I am a bright spring instead. Doesn't mean that I'm going to start wearing a lot of bright color Probably not. I don't really have a lot of color like that, and I prefer kind of like a classic and neutral style. But with this knowledge, I think I can adjust it a little bit to make it work better for me. Maybe I can go for a brighter colored earrings or lipstick or blush or whatever. And maybe I will get a few fun brighter pops of color to my wardrobe, but I think I want to then rather thrift because it's a more affordable and a more sustainable option. Also, I find bright colors are typically pretty easy to thrift because oftentimes people buy them, maybe it's trendy or whatever, and then they don't wear it for too long and they try to sell it. But then maybe they are not the colors that sell the best at the thrift stores because they are harder to pull off. Yeah, I find at the thrift stores there's typically pretty good selection of brighter colored clothes. Then when it comes to makeup, I really want to rather go for bright spring recommendations, and today I actually tried to do kind of like a bright spring look. Today, since I'm wearing a brighter colored top, I didn't want to wear a super bright lipstick also, but I decided to go for a lip gloss and a little bit brighter blush maybe, I don't know. And with bronzer, I kept it really light. With less bronzer, I feel so much better compared to how I have been wearing it. I think that is maybe the product that makes my face the most muddy, and also why I had been questioning about the warm autumn, because it said that bronzer is meant for warm autumns. I think I'm maybe going to allow myself to add a couple of bright makeup products like lipsticks and blushes. Not too much because, well, you know, I am kind of like on this low buy, no buy journey. I don't want to grow a huge collection again, but at the same time I need to find a way to make my muted warm autumn makeup work, and I think the best way to do it is to pair it with something bright, either in my clothing or then in my makeup. Okay, but that is really everything for today. Let me know what you think about this video. Like, do you think I am delusional and I'm just imagining that bright colors look good on me? And also let me know if you have questioned a color season analysis that you have gotten in the past. I would love to hear what result you got and what you think you actually are, if you got a new analysis or if you just felt that the colors recommended for you don't work for you. But that is really everything for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I would really love it if you give it a thumbs up, and I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next one. Bye bye.